infection. And I got hurt quite a few times. So I went to the hospital a couple of times with ribs and cuts and shit.
With the mask or without the mask?
Without
I mean
the
the
mask.
bag.
Without the bag. But the last time was the best scene, was the death scene in the film. It was my favorite time on the film, to be honest with you. Besides
With
Friday.
Amy and the head and in the room.
Right. Well, where Amy puts the machete and kills me, and I'm laying on the ground. We did the death scene, and I'm laying there, and Cliff Cudney looks over at me and says, "Good shot." He says, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I got a good idea." He said, "What?" And I said, "Let's go to the hospital with the machete in my shoulder." He says, "Good idea, let's go."
That's right, and then you came back very
We
quickly,
got up, we got in the car, and I had to sit like this in the car because I had the machete through my shoulder. A couple of old ladies pulled up alongside and said, "Oh my God, look at that guy." But Cliff walked into the hospital, and this is my third visit to the hospital because I'd been there for stitches and stuff. And he walked in and they said, "You're back?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "But this time it's bad."
So
They
that's
said,
done
"What's the
fool
matter?" He
people.
says, "I can't bring him in. I wanted to make sure nobody was in here."
I remember that machete too.
I
They
thought
had
it was the
they
Yeah.
had a dummy.
little bug,
They had
yeah.
a machete, and
Yep.
when we were doing it, we were about to do it. It was like a real machete, and I said to Steve, "I go, I'm not doing this." And Steve says something to me like, he goes, "Oh, that blade's dull. Don't worry."
Yeah, right. You don't.
And then they ended up they got like a rubber one. Or
I,
something,
well,
right?
they had a fake machete
They had
that
a
they
fake
had, they
machete.
put it in, over the shoulder. But
Right.
I walk into the emergency room and everybody is stunned. And they're staring at me and I said, "Have you got anything? I got this terrible headache." And they all started to laugh, of course, and they all were taken. But that was one of my favorite times. The other time was when I got cut and I came back from the hospital and I showed up and you were all reading and I came in a tutu. Remember that? I came in a tutu. Yeah, I came back from the hospital. Everybody thought I was dead. Well, they obviously didn't give a shit because they were reading.
Yeah, and not only that, we were so used to seeing him in women's
Yeah,
clothes
so-
that it was